Good morning, everybody. Another windy day, guys. Gusts up to, they say what, 30-mile-an-hour gusts? I think more than that, really. The only time we don't have this going on is like at night between, let's say, 10, 11 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the morning, and then it starts again. Wind. Ah! No fun. But then we're supposed to be up in the 90s and not a lot of wind predicted, so I don't like that. I'd rather have wind, a little bit of wind, not bad. But when it's hot, you know, but oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, I just read a comment that kind of really got to me because I think a lot of us are going through this difficult times. It's very difficult times. It's like, I'm going to take my glasses off. When you go to the grocery store, to a regular grocery store, the meat is outrageous. The vegetables are outrageous. Everything is outrageous. They have gotten so high. It's almost like you're saying, wow, what's the point? You can't buy this, and you're having to do without a lot. And that's so true. It's getting worse. And the gas, the gas. Not even going to really start right there on that one. Gas is really high, especially when you got a vehicle that gives you 5 to 6 miles to the gallon, and now we're going to be towing a trailer and maybe get 4 to 5, something like that. But, you know, you got to be wise. Us nomads have learned, well, a lot of us have, some of us have not, but you stay put. You don't just take off every day and go to a new place every day. You can't do that anymore because the price of gas is outrageous. And we have a generator, so we also need gas for the generator, though we don't use it very much. Occasionally now, when I use my Instant Pot or we use a New Wave, then we do. But it's just outrageous. It's just high, and I don't know, just very high. But, you know, so is rent. Yeah, so is mortgage. So is everything else. And we just have to learn how to become very frugal. Still get the things we need. Learn where to shop. We had to learn here where to shop because I like fries. I mean, I love, they have such a variety of everything, but the prices are ridiculous. And then we discovered Green Tree. Prices are so much cheaper. Oh my Lord, they're so much cheaper. And that's where we've been doing most of our shopping, except for certain things like eggs, because they got vegetables also, but it's like eggs and, oh my gosh, toilet paper, paper towels, stuff like that. Sometimes they do have it, sometimes they don't, but the prices are so much cheaper, so much cheaper. I have discussed before how we can buy groceries there and come out with less than $60 worth of groceries in a cart full. So, you know, it's just unbelievable. But anyway, we did discover this one, and yes, we get frozen meat. When they have certain items, I get hamburger, and I always try to get at least 80% fat-free, at least. But we have the big rolls that at a grocery store is like $14, $15, $18. We get it for $7. Like my pork loins, foot 3. They're not that much, but still, it's enough for us. And 3, you go to the grocery store, you're going to spend at least 12. You know, it's unreal. So I'm glad we discovered that, and there's 2 of them. And another place we discovered here in town that's quite reasonable is Food City. So I buy fresh meats at Food City and buy the frozen one at Green Tree. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to figure out where we can get more for less. Okay, now, gas. I intend to travel twice a month as far as traveling. I mean, I know this time we got to go to the grocery store after we've been parked, you know, though we try to do our shopping prior to getting to our site. We still have to go to a grocery store for something or other. So, yeah. But try not to do it that often. And maybe once every 2 weeks, twice every 2 weeks, I'd say. So you don't use that much gas. I try to camp out close enough to a city or a town, preferably a town, not a city, because I don't like cities. And that way, we don't have to go that far in order to be able to buy groceries or what our needs, whatever they are. So that's the way we do it. Now, we've been doing this before the gas went up sky high, and before the food went up sky high. So, but when you think about it, a lot of people say, well, how can you do that? You're driving around and the gas is so high, you must have the money. No, we don't have money. We don't have money. But you just have to be wise. You know what? You live in a stick and brick, and your rent is outrageous. Your rent sometimes is more than what I make in a month. Okay? Plus, you got to put gas in your car to do this, to go to work, to buy food, to go Who's really ahead? We travel every 2 weeks as far as traveling from point A to point B. And then from point B to point C. So in a month, we go to 2 different areas. That's not bad. You get to see a lot. You get to see a lot. Which, when you're in a stick and brick, you just see the 4 walls, you know, and the street and the smog and what have you. So, actually, it is cheaper for us to live this lifestyle than it is for someone that lives in a stick and brick. Of course, if you got a new vehicle and you got to pay like $100, $200, $300 a month for your new vehicle, well, that's on you. You chose that. I have an older one, and yes, there is repairs to do, of course, but they won't cost me as much. And that's like a one-time thing. Say you need tires, you got tires. Well, that's going to last you a long time. But that payment that you're making on that brand new vehicle, that's an every month payment. So I prefer it this way. I have no debt when it comes to my bus. I bought it free and clear. Yes, I've had to put a little bit in it, but not that much. I think, about how much have we put as far as amount of money on this bus for repairs of type?
Not tires.
Just the tires, huh?
There's thermostat.
Oh, and the thermostat. Tires and a thermostat. That's all we've had to do.
Well, oil changes.
Of course, you do the oil change. You do have to do maintenance. But how often do you do that? It's really cheaper in the long run. I can't even imagine trying to pay for rent, and not just rent, utilities. Oh, dear Lord. Some places utilities are like some people have to pay more for utilities than I get a month. So, yeah. So, sometimes it isn't an easy lifestyle. Sometimes it isn't easy. Sometimes I even think, maybe I should quit. And then I think, oh God, no way. I could never be stuck in one place forever for the rest of my life. No way. I'd rather be out here in the wind. No, well, maybe, I don't know. But then be stuck in a town. Stuck. You know how many people I've known that have never left the town that they live in? That they were born in? Wow, how boring. I'm sorry, maybe you're one of the ones, but that is so boring to me to think I was born here and I'm going to die in the same town and I've never seen anything, no adventure in my life. And there's a lot of people like that. So, yeah, things are getting expensive. Yes, they are. But once again, be frugal. Be very frugal. Noah, I get tickled at Noah because he says, every time I got to spend money, every time I have to spend money, I get sick. And when I think about it, it's true. I don't like to just spend money. There was a time when the money I made, I had left over. At the end of the month, I had money left over. Today, no, that's not the case anymore. That's not the case anymore. Now, doing the way we're doing it right now, and like I said, the van may have been a curse and a blessing at the same time. Because Noah and I have talked about getting one vehicle and having one insurance, pay for gas for one vehicle, and we didn't do that with the van because he had the van, he had to pay insurance for his van, he had to put gas in his van, likewise I did too. So, when I got my check, I'd buy food. When he got his, he'd buy food. We combined the food because the kitchen's in the bus. Yeah. But nevertheless, it was more expensive. So, yeah, we're probably going to have the same deal as far as first of the month, I'll buy food. First of the month, I'll have to pay for the gas, but for one vehicle. And I'll have to pay for insurance, but for one vehicle. And middle of the month, the same way with Noah, but he won't have to pay insurance, but he will pay for half of my insurance. Yeah. He's not answering me right now, but yeah. And like the insurance will be cheaper because of us being in the same vehicle. And the gas is going to be cheaper because there's only gas for one vehicle. So yeah, it's going to be easier. So people have got to really, especially as nomads, if you want to travel a lot, you better find someone that you could travel with, that you could trust, that y'all can combine things with, because you're going to need the help. And a lot of us nomads, we're retired. We're older people. And I'm not saying all, because there's a lot of millenniums out there right now, and that's awesome. But yeah, you're going to have to need help. It's not an easy thing. They're making it harder and harder on us, but I'm not giving up. Nope, no way. I don't want to give up. I love my life. And one of my sons called me yesterday, and he says, "Yeah, Mama, you are a gypsy. You always have been a gypsy." I said, "Yep. I'm part hippie, part gypsy." I said, "I'll tell you what. I'm a hipgy. I'm a hipgy. I'm part hippie and part gypsy." So, yeah. But My kids know. Don't try to talk me out of this because I'm not going to. This is my life. My life. They have theirs, I have mine. So, until later, my friends. I love you all. Please, if you're not frugal now, start teaching yourself how to be frugal because you're going to have to. If things are too expensive, living in a house is always an alternative. There always is. But you've got to make the choice. You know, a lot of people live just in their cars. And they've been living, some of them been living in their cars. Cars, not van, cars. 3-4 years. And they're happy. That's the main thing. Be happy. Be happy. I love y'all. Take care. And I think I talk too much, but I love you all and I had to get all this out. So, until later, peace. God bless you.